she doesn't stay happy there for long, coming home at Thanksgiving, already deciding never to go back. Disappointed and exasperated with Amber's behavior, Darlene feels once again it is another argument that ends with Amber getting her own way.
Amber got into the party life and Amber got into having fun while they expected her to get good grades. She had a scholarship. She just didn't want to do it. She was with a boyfriend she had met and she got pregnant. It just didn't work out. And there she was, home, pregnant, by herself.
With her boyfriend no longer in the picture, pregnant and living in her mom's basement, Darlene is unsure of Amber's future. But she has an idea. Amber and Trenton should meet.
They had so many common interests. I mean, they both liked the same sports teams. They were both into the outdoors, real people oriented. They went to dinner and they never spent a night apart after that.
They move in together immediately.
They kind of reminded you of a little old married couple. They just bicker, and then it was just a big joke. And their relationship was so full of love and energy. When I saw them together, it just made my heart beam because it was like Amber had finally found what she was really looking for.
Trouble soon strikes the happy couple. At 3 months old, their son is rushed via helicopter downstate to the Children's Hospital with an enlarged heart. He is diagnosed with cardiomyopathy.
And it was so severe, he had to be on a transplant list, and he had a Berlin heart. It was actually a heart on the outside of his body that pumped the blood through him.
The medical care for this child was putting them in a financial ruin.
Medications upward of $5,000 a week are vital to their son staying alive and not covered by insurance. To make matters even worse, their son develops leukemia, generated by the cardiomyopathy and medication. 4 weeks before her son is to get his heart transplant, Amber and Trenton find out she is pregnant.
The heart transplant took a real toll on them. I mean, they were both exhausted. At one point, Amber just was like, I can't deal with the relationship and this. And Trenton was like, no, we're a family. You don't walk away from family. We will work on this.
Amber needs a break from the stress of the overwhelming medical bills and looking after her constantly sick child. She decides to head to the casino one night and blow off some steam. To her surprise, she wins $1,200.
Date night was the casino. Amber got Trenton going, and then they both just really liked it. They would go to the casino at least once a week.
Things finally seem on the upswing for the devoted couple. The oldest boy has had his heart transplant, is in remission from his leukemia, and their youngest son is born healthy.
It just made my heart beam because it was like Amber had finally found what she was really looking for.
Amber didn't just, slide over the bar. She wanted to be the best. She wanted to be the best mom in school. She wanted to be the best partner to her husband. She wanted to be the best, everything.
The morning of March 6, 2014, starts off bright, cold, and crystal clear at minus 21 degrees Fahrenheit. It's also a busy morning for Amber. Her first stop is to buy snacks for school at the local store.
Amber had left the residence that morning to take her kids to school. She left about 7:05 a.m. When she left, Trent was sleeping in bed. Normally they took the bus. This morning she decided to drive him to school. She went to a small store in Pellston where she purchased a snack for her son to take to class that day.
Next stop is to take her younger son, who has been sick for a few days, to the local clinic.
And while she's sitting there waiting for her son to be evaluated by the doctor, she texts Trent at about 9:13 a.m. with no response from him. After they leave Quick Care, they go to pick up a prescription for the son.
Amber makes her last purchase at 9:46 a.m. before heading off to her sister Amy's house for a quick visit. Amy lives with her partner Mike, about 20 minutes away from Everett. but no one is at their place. So they head home, arriving at around 10:30. Little does Amber and her son know what is waiting for them at their home.
Attention! Star Shower Christmas lights are a viral sensation and sell out every year. Stay tuned to get yours before they're gone. Hanging lights is hard work and takes too much time. There's the untangling, unsafe ladders, and the freezing cold. Introducing Star Shower Ultra 9 Laser Light Show, the fast, easy way to decorate in seconds and bring the wonder and magic of the holidays to your home. There's now 9 different decorative light patterns for you to choose from. You can select between twinkling stillness, moving stars, or blinking. Let's get in tight. I've got it on motion. It's like we're in the middle of a 3D light field. But look at this, folks. Look at the coverage. You've got thousands of Star Shower lights hitting the entire side of the house. It covers up to 3,200 square feet. With Star Shower, you can have lights way up high on the house where it's impossible to hang them, and even decorate shrubbery and trees. It's weather resistant and can withstand freezing temperatures. Just one string of lights can cost you up to $40, and that doesn't light up your house. Ultra 9 costs pennies to operate.
This is amazing. I love it. We're going to have the best house on the block. I want to have them every year.
It's magical.
Call or go online to order Star Shower Ultra 9 for just $39.99. But wait, order now and get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $29.99. Now that's an amazing value. You can have our cold, hard guarantee that Star Shower will work in any conditions or your money back. And find out how you can get the Star Shower remote. Forget going out in the cold to change your Star Shower pattern or color. Now just press a button from inside your cozy, warm home. Breaking news. Star Shower sells out every single year, so there's a strict limit of 3 per order. This year's supplies are limited, so call or click now.
Call 1-800-216-8223 or visit ultra9.com. So call 1-800-216-8223 or visit ultra9.com. Order now.
Spend less time making cocktails and more time making memories. Introducing Bartesian. Premium cocktails at the touch of a button.
Get our best Black Friday deal now, only at Bartesian.com/deal.
Lulu, over $100 for leggings. I'm moving on to Fabletics. In Fabletics, we got this. Fabletics is the feel better legging, the feel good legging, the perfect little boost at the feel good price.
Get 80% off at Fabletics.com. I was never able to find a bra that fit my small chest. Every bra gave me gaps or made me feel like I wasn't enough. It was something society taught us to be embarrassed about. Small-chested women deserve better. So I designed a bra that finally fits AA to B cups perfectly, and a brand that empowers women to celebrate their bodies exactly as they are. No more cup gaps or looking 2 sizes bigger. It's not your body that has to change, it's the industry. Meet Pepper. Find your perfect fit at wearpepper.com.
If joint pain from aging is slowing you down, Omega XL can help you get back in the saddle, just like it did for John Walsh.
Today I'm here at my ranch exercising some of my polo ponies. Got to be really fit to ride these horses. So as you get older, it gets tougher. I was starting to suffer some of that business. And then I ran into somebody who said, look, you should try Omega XL. And look what it's done. I feel better than I felt in the last 30 years.
I'm Reve Walsh. I'm John Walsh's wife. I ride fox hunters, and sometimes I'm in the saddle for 3-5 hours at a time. A lot of work out here.
I wouldn't have been able to do this. Muck a stall, throw hay, do all the things that need to be done on a ranch a couple years ago. But Omega XL gave me the ability to get back in the saddle. It works great.
Once you try it, you don't want to be without it. It makes a huge difference.
It does. Take it every single day. And, there's a benefit. It's made you a lot nicer to me.
If you've been living with pain, it's time to get this special offer, Omega XL, the joint health supplement that millions have trusted for more than 20 years. Omega XL, it's sourced from the green-lipped mussel, exclusively found in the pristine waters of New Zealand, some of the cleanest waters on Earth. Omega XL, it's natural, drug-free, and it's backed by more than 40 years of clinical research that show it really works. Try Omega XL today. Pick up your phone and call the number at the bottom of your screen right now for a special offer. Buy 1, get 2 free. 2 bottles of Omega XL plus Vitamin XL D3, a value of more than $100. But call today and you pay only $39.95. That's a savings of more than 60%. Plus, it's backed by our 60-day money-back guarantee.
Try it. You got nothing to lose.
Call or go online right now to get this special offer. 2 bottles of Omega XL plus Vitamin XL D3 for only $39.95. Call now.
The True Crime Network. Download the free app.
The morning of March 6, 2014 starts off bright, cold, and crystal clear. It's also a busy morning for Amber. Little does Amber and her son know what is waiting for them at their home.
The initial call was March 6, 2014 from Amber Smith. She indicated that when she returned home that morning, the door was ajar to the residence.
And she walks inside and she sees the house in disarray. It wasn't like how she left it. There's pill bottles all over the place. The drawers are pulled out. So she just gets inside the house and sees this.
She stated that she did not see Trent, backed out, and went to the car and called 911. The Emmett County Sheriff's Department deputy responded to the scene, made contact with her.
Okay, so the inside door is open.
Which I just thought was weird, you know. But I mean, Trent is the most forgetful person I know, so I was like, I shut the door. Maybe you didn't get up.
And I'm sorry, so are you outside when you call 911?
I told Carson to get his boots on back on and get back outside, which he did. And I told him to get in his car seat just because then you make me safe inside the car. I dialed 911 and then I sat in the car with him.
There was some medications that were in the kitchen cupboard that were thrown down onto the counter as though somebody was going through the medications. There was a small Century beige style safe that was open, laid on the floor. You know, the contents of the medicine cabinet and the cabinet where the sink was at had been thrown askew onto the floor. They had a number of guns. Upon entering the bedroom, the deputy could see that there was a subject laying in bed. He had the covers, blankets up to his neck. There was obviously visible sign of trauma to the subject's head, and he was deceased in bed.
There's no doubt in the deputy's mind that he has found Trenton Mallory. A detective soon arrives on the scene and starts speaking to Amber, hoping to get a clearer picture as to what has happened. As hard as it is to question someone minutes after they've learned their loved one has been murdered, it's imperative to find out as much as possible and as quickly as possible about the victim.
There is absolutely nothing easy to say, to do, to make you feel any better in the situation. So I'm terribly sorry for this. That's what I'm here for. I'm in for you, so. I gotta ask you a last question. As you may know, or may not, time is of the essence in the situation. I guess, okay?
The reporting person always needs to be cleared. Spouse, a fiance, a girlfriend, anybody that's close to the deceased. You're going to want to clear them with an alibi or at least verify their story the best you can and get a better picture of what's going on.
At the beginning, the world is wide open as far as potential suspects goes. Trenton is Mr. Nice Guy. He is a hard-working family man. There is nobody that can be found who would say anything negative about Trent, or who can give a reason as to why someone would want to kill him.
Who doesn't like Trent? Who would be his biggest enemies?
Everybody likes Trent. He is such a good guy. Everybody likes him.
Enemies?
I don't think so.
Trenton's the most amazing man ever. I couldn't love him more if I'd given birth to him. Trenton was so special and so kind. he would do anything for anybody.
If this in fact is a homicide, if it is, I would assume that you would cooperate to the fullest. Not even taking computers, phones, anything.
That's fine. I don't care.
With the cooperation of a grief-stricken Amber secured, police start tracking movements, calls, and texts between her and Trenton and others involved in their lives.
Inside of the bedroom where Trent was located deceased, there was a gun cabinet, and there was approximately 5 long guns. Underneath the bed in a case was another long gun. And then there was another long gun that was propped up against the closet door in the bedroom, along with ammunition and other hunting supplies.
Trenton's body is removed by the medical examiner. The autopsy shows that Trenton has died from a single gunshot wound to the left side of his head, an inch or two behind his ear.
The projectile used to shoot Trent was a .22 Super X long rifle bullet. The spent projectile removed from Trent's head at that time by the autopsy appeared to be .22 caliber, which would be consistent with the empty casing found next to the bed. Medical examiner placed the time of death on March 6, 2014 at 9 a.m. And based on the alibi that was presented by Amber Smith at that time, she was not at home at 9 a.m. as the time of death that was indicated on Trent's death certificate.
Police officers came and knocked on my door and asked me if I knew Trent Mallory, and I said yes, and they told me that he had passed away. And I was like, you know, where did the accident happen? And they're like, he was murdered.
Circulon Scratch Defense. Extreme non-stick that won't scratch, ever. Experience the high-performance heating of stainless steel C1 Series clad and the unbeatable durability of A1 Series with non-stick exteriors. Get 25% off at Circulon.com.
My digestive health before taking Seed was a hot mess. I felt bloated, puffy, sluggish, gassy. I knew I had to change something about my gut health. DSO1 is the best probiotic that I've ever taken. After 2 weeks, I was off to the races. It makes me feel lighter, less bloated.
It made me poop every day.
I love this jar. This feels like home. These aren't my clothes. That's not my vase. This isn't my house. But these are my diamonds. Because Ross Simons offers fine jewelry at fabulous prices. For over 70 years, Ross Simons has been curating styles from around the world at prices you'll love. That's not my dog. But this is my jewelry. Trust me, you can afford to look fabulous. Luxury or value? Why choose?
With classic prints and one-of-a-kind designs, you're guaranteed to find something your family will love. Turn everyday moments into holiday memories. Start your family tradition at CadenLane.com.
There has never been a better time to join AARP. This special offer gives you exclusive access to hundreds of AARP discounts, programs, and services that will add real value to your life. As a member, you can get discounts on glasses and eye exams, save on prescription drugs not covered by Medicare. But you can also save on travel, hotels, restaurants, concert tickets, and so much more.
I didn't know that.
AARP helps members access exclusive benefits like Medicare supplement insurance, even auto insurance.
We can use that.
AARP offers financial tips, career resources, and tools that may help you avoid identity theft and scammers.
That's good to know.
Pick up the phone now to join AARP. Just $9 per year. That's 43% off the regular membership price. You'll even get a second membership included free. And you'll receive AARP the magazine filled with information and articles important to you. Plus, you'll get hundreds of benefits and an additional free gift if you call now.
And you don't have to be retired to join AARP. You can join at 50 for instant access to many member benefits. For 60 years, AARP has fought to protect your Social Security, Medicare, and more.
That sounds good to me.
Now you know how AARP helps people like us take on today. So don't miss your chance to join now.
Call or go online now to take advantage of this special Black Friday offer. Just $9 per year when you sign up for a 5-year term. That's 43% off the regular membership price. And you'll get a second membership for anyone in your home free. And AARP the magazine, filled with information and articles important to you. Plus, you get the AARP mobile app that connects you to local events and activities near you. And as a free gift, we'll include this insulated trunk organizer. So don't miss this chance to save 43%. Join AARP, just $9 per year.
Call 800-264-6984 or go online today.
Toshiba, the time saver. 90 seconds and you're done. Toshiba, the time saver. Shop now at Toshiba.com.
Meet Monroe, your day to night essential. Easy over the knee slip on style. Block heel for all day comfort. Get your first pair for just $10 at justfab.com when you become a VIP.
I'm Bobby Brown, and I started Jones Road because I wasn't done. Jones Road is a modern approach to my beauty philosophy. Clean, good-for-you products that are versatile and easy to use. Learn more at jonesroadbeauty.com.
This is the carry-on closet, the suitcase with a one-of-a-kind closet system that keeps you organized anywhere. Pack all you need for up to 10 days and travel without ever unpacking. The comfort of home on the go. Unpack in seconds at soulguard.co.
Coming up next on True Crime Network.
Amber Smith comes home to discover their house has been broken into and ransacked. Even more horrible, her fiancé Trenton is found murdered in the master bedroom, lying face down on the bed with severe head trauma.
I have to tell you that we are treating this as a homicide. Okay?
It was very plausible that this was a break-in, and Trent just did not wake up, and somebody actually shot him while attempting to steal stuff from his house.
What's going to happen at this point is basically a bunch of investigators are going to be at your house for a period of time. Okay? All right. Now, when you pulled up to the driveway, you saw the inside door was open. The screen was shut, but it's always a little ajar. When you walked into the house, did you yell for Trent at all?
No, because I didn't know if he was still sleeping or not. So.
Okay.
The world was wide open as far as to potential suspects and who would want to kill Trent, who would want to break into their house, who would know that Amber and the kids had left at the time they did. So it was a matter of digging into Trent's life and to Amber's life and to the family's life, that's just to see, is there something that we don't know about? Is there's something going on?
Detectives begin coming up with various scenarios and suspects, and slowly start to eliminate those with an alibi.
How did the person get in the house? Was there forced entry? Did they break into the house? I mean, how did they gain entry to the house to commit this crime?
They're way out in the middle of nowhere.
There's so many people that he's always dealing with from work, and people swing by, and he tells me who they are, but if you understood Trent, there are so many people that he knows and that know him, and they'll stop by or will swing by someone else's house.
Trent was buying items like from sporting goods stores, trail cams, and different kind of weaponry, hunting rifles and hunting gear. And he was buying them and then selling them on Facebook Marketplace.
They kind of started looking at that aspect of Trading Trent was his nickname, that maybe he just got in with the wrong person.
So we're basically in the middle of nowhere, right? Basically in the middle of nowhere. And why, if I were to tell you that it's a possibility, okay, that somebody caused the death here, that somebody caused the death to Trenton, who do you think would do such a thing?
Nobody would do it. Trent buys and trades a lot of stuff, so there's always people coming and going, buying stuff or selling stuff.
People involved in the trading and bartering world are not always what or who they seem to be. Many people post items for sale with descriptions that are not always accurate. The old saying, buyer beware, still rings true, especially when buying, selling, and trading guns and ammunition. Occasionally, stories of deals gone wrong will reach police.
Her husband says that Trent had told him that he was dealing with a person down in Big Rapids with guns.
That guy was so mad. Trent was mad too because he drove out there and it wasn't just for a gun. She had a tractor for sale, like a garden tractor, and they were selling it really cheap. And then I was like, okay, well, if it runs fine, then we'll definitely buy it. And he got there and said that he didn't want to buy the tractor because it wasn't in the shape that he thought it was in. He just kept yelling at him, swearing at him. And Trent? Yeah, and Trent was like, well, I'll still buy the rifle or the shotgun from you, but I don't want the tractor. And they just went off on it.
Okay. You know the names of these people?
I have no idea. I know they blocked us on Facebook, so they can't even see that.
People are selling guns, they use guns to trade and barter in rural areas. None of those guns were taken. They were just left there. I mean, if anything, you can get money from guns, but they were left behind.
They had TVs, they had trail cams, they had hunting equipment, they had a lot of guns, all things that would be particularly desirable for somebody who had a nefarious intent, okay? They had some money. They did have some cash on hand. That there'd been a big fundraiser in the area. They'd gotten some cash. And they had drugs, okay? Not street drugs. They weren't like that, okay? But they had drugs that were marketable, maybe. Guns, money, and drugs, that's what drives the world, right?
That's a red flag. Why would somebody break and shoot somebody and not take anything? Well, it's telling me somebody wanted somebody dead.
If the motive is not to steal anything, what other reasons would someone have to want Trenton dead?
Is there a reason why anybody would want to take Trent out of the picture? And we really struggled to find too many people that really fit that bill. We did learn of that Amber did have an affair within the last few months prior to that.
After the transplant, she had started contacting a previous boyfriend and started, doing things that just were so out of character. It was like she needed to escape her own life, and it didn't turn out very well.
How well do you know Ryan Hunter?
I used to work with him.
How well do you know him?
He cheated on his wife with me. I work there.
Okay. And when was the last time you contacted him?
I talked to him 2011.
Was the last time you talked?
We talked on Facebook. Maybe it was 2012. I don't know. It was a couple years ago.
Right. Well, it was 16 months ago.
Excuse me?
Correct. We have those.
6 to 8 months ago.
That's correct.
Law enforcement always has to make sure that anyone having an affair with the partner of someone who is murdered is also not an accomplice or guilty of that murder. In short, to eliminate the affair as a motive for the murder.
I was never able to find a bra that fit my small chest. Every bra gave me gaps, so I designed a bra that finally fits AA to B cups perfectly. No more cup gaps or looking 2 sizes bigger. Meet Pepper. Find your perfect fit at wearpepper.com.
If you're covered by both Medicare and Medicaid, it's time to get to know the easy-to-use United Healthcare U-Card. It's a member ID card that can help give you access to reliable coverage you can count on. And it's all yours automatically when you join a United Healthcare Dual Complete plan. With this plan and your U-Card, you'll get more for your Medicare dollar, all for a $0 monthly plan premium. Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th. To learn more, give us a call. We can tell you about plans in your area. With your U-Card in hand, you can use the credit you'll get every month to pay for over-the-counter products you get regularly, like pain relievers, cold remedies, or your daily vitamins. Also, use the U-Card to pay for healthy foods, all at thousands of retailers nationwide or online. It's the card that makes things easier. And as your member ID card, the United Healthcare U-Card gives you access to a large network of Medicare Advantage doctors, specialists, and other providers. To help care for your whole health, Dual Complete also gives you benefits built to be used, like $0 annual physical exams, lab tests, and preventive care, plus prescription coverage and rewards for healthy activities. It's not only a great way to get more for your Medicare dollar, but with United Healthcare by your side, you'll get more support for your everyday whole health. We'll be here, ready to help, with reliable coverage you can count on. See why more people with Medicare and Medicaid choose United Healthcare and get the United Healthcare U-Card. As part of your plan, you can use it to pay for over-the-counter products and healthy food, all for a $0 monthly plan premium. Enrollment ends December 7th, so call or click to connect with us today. Learn about United Healthcare Dual Complete plans and how to get coverage you can count on.
I've noticed if my son didn't have his coat.
Because you'd never let him lose anything.
You didn't notice that he didn't have his coat? Okay, so now we have to buy him a new coat.
Family proof your family. With Tile.
Tired of replacing scratch nonstick cookware? Introducing Circulon A1 series with scratch defense. Groundbreaking extreme nonstick that won't scratch, ever. Get 25% off and free shipping at Circulon.com.
They're the most chilling real-life murder cases.
We found a human body laying in the
Revisit all the emotion, all the drama, and all the suspense.
We, the jury, find the defendant.
Killer Cases, next on True Crime Network.
In northern Michigan, detectives continue to focus on breaking and entering, with Trenton Mallory's hobby of buying and selling guns as a possible motive for his murder.
Why would somebody break and shoot somebody and not take anything? Well, it's telling me somebody wanted somebody dead.
One thing that interests detectives is that Amber has yet to ask how Trenton died.
Do you know how he died? Huh? Are you curious? So there's several different ways that a homicide could occur, correct? Would you agree? So he was shot, but it appears that he was sleeping when this occurred. And look at this from the detective's point of view, okay? We're in broad daylight, a house in the middle of nowhere, right? There's a truck parked in the driveway, okay? The door's open, there's neighbors, all right? And then all of a sudden the person is shot in his sleep in the house. Does that sound odd to you?
We interviewed Amber, and the details changed. There was just little things that would change over time because it's hard to keep track of all those inconsistencies, which, made her a prime suspect, but certainly didn't put us over the top where we could charge her at that point.
Another thing detectives are soon able to rule out is whether this is a burglary with narcotics being the primary goal. It's been observed that the kitchen cupboards and medicine cabinets have been gone through, and prescriptions and pill bottles scattered everywhere.
I see a lot of medication in there. Who's that for?
There's antibiotics in there, a bunch of dental work done. Marshall takes meds. We buy a lot of over-the-counter cold products and stuff when they're 88 cents at Walmart. It's just a bunch of random stuff.
Her son had a lot of medications, being a transplant person, and they thought maybe if he had narcotics or something, but these medicines were very dangerous for anybody who didn't need them. But they thought maybe it was for the medications because we do have a lot of drug problem here.
It's like a safe, like a fireproof safe, and that's open. Is that usually locked?
Well, it's locked, but the keys sit right on top of it. Like, we're not going to safe put it.
What?
I mean, if we leave somewhere, we take the keys with us. Like, if we go, away for a day or two. Or if, like, someone comes over to babysit, we put the keys away. But usually the keys are just sitting there.
What could they possibly be looking for there? They're opening up the safe, they're going through drawers. The person's going through a lot of different things.
I mean, we've got guns in there. Trent's hunting rifles and stuff in his hair a couple times that he would treat away.
So, if I was a bad guy and I wanted to walk in there to get something,
we keep money. People know that we don't really have cash on hand if we need something.
Who are these people that know that?
I don't know. I imagine if you said that somebody got into the safe and they took our money, which, whatever. But I don't know why anybody would hurt Trent because if they needed the money that bad, we would just give it to them.
One of the big challenges detectives face is the discrepancy in statements between family members and friends. Often, people remember things differently for a number of reasons. Some of those reasons are innocent, others are not. In the case of Amber's statement, things are not adding up the way they should.
It sounded like you guys had this amazing relationship.
Wow, it was. I mean, I've known Trent for a long time. We went on a blind date 10 years ago. And I chased that boy, and he just didn't want anything to do with me. And, we were the greatest friends. But then I decided to go off and get engaged to somebody else, and all of a sudden he was interested in me. It was fine. And then Marshall came along, and, he loves kids. Like, there's nothing in this world that Trent ever wanted more than to be a dad. Like, he just always wanted a house full of kids. We realized that we know each other better than most married couples know each other because we're best friends. And, we tried to date, and then the stuff happened with Marshall, and, it was just too much stress for me, like trying to deal with a dying child, and I was pregnant. But then after Carson was born, we figured it out.
Investigators are having a hard time reconciling Amber's insistence that this is a burglary gone wrong with the facts of the case.
Amber tried to claim that this was a burglary. There were a few things that were disheveled. The victim was killed with a .22 rifle. Despite the fact that she claimed this was a burglary, forced entry into the home, there were numerous other guns in the house that were untouched, and the murder weapon was missing. As the investigation unfolds, it turns out that Amber and Trenton had been advertising this particular .22 rifle for sale. She actually had held it up with the serial number on one of the photographs, proudly advertising it for sale. It's the one gun that's missing from their home. At first, she claimed she had no knowledge of that gun. She had never held that gun. And later, looking at her social media, she's got the gun in her hand, and she's advertising it for sale.
Even though under Michigan law, prosecutors do not need to prove a motive to get a conviction, investigators still want to know the why of the case. Usually, so does a jury when it involves murder.
What we found out in digging into their finances was their house was in foreclosure. One of their vehicles was being repossessed. They were severely behind on other loans as well. They had a amount of credit card debt. And in addition to all of that, Amber was taking out Payday Friday loans continuously at 300% interest just to get money. Why? Because she had a gambling addiction. She spent an exorbitant amount of money on gambling. Most, if not all, of these loans and this debt were taken out by her, and they were in Trenton's name. She tried to take out a loan in his name even after he was murdered.
as far as anybody knew, their relationship was still real good. But I thought, as Amber's mom, I knew what was out of characteristic for her. And when I heard her calling creditors saying Trent had changed his phone number and she would give him hers, all of a sudden my mailbox in Charlevoix, which is like 70 miles away, is filling up with their mail. She's just like, I don't want to burden Trenton with all the knowing about all these bills because he's so worried about them. She just got very manipulative. Amber had come to me at one point and told me that, she was really in a financial bind. I took a loan out and I loaned Amber the money. Well, 6 months later is when all these bills started arriving in my mailbox. And I said, Amber, I took a loan out. I bailed you out of your financial trouble. What is all this? Well, she had over $25,000 in debt at the casino alone. And plus they had credit card debt. She had stopped paying the mortgage. The house was in foreclosure. The car had been repoed a few times. In fact, one time when it got repoed, she told Trenton that her and I got into an argument and she threatened to run me over with the car, so the police took her car. And he believed it. I had been watching Amber unravel for months. She was doing things like alienating the whole family against each other. When Amber gets into a situation, her first instinct is to just totally do away with it. There was no Amber sitting down talking to Trenton about their finances or anything. She just killed him.
As fingers continue to point to Amber, detectives do their best to try and get some answers from her that make sense.
I gotta tell you that there's a piece of information or piece of evidence that we have. It's in the lab right now. We're there, and I can't tell you. It can be anything from blood, fingerprints, shell casings. It's been 22 shells. You have fingerprint. It's been 22 shell. DNA of 22 shell. Okay, those type of things. All right, and we found this metal shell that was used. Okay, there's DNA. All right, is there any possible way that your DNA could be on this shell?
There's a lot of 22 shells discarded at my house. We were shooting a 22.
We know that shell is the shell that was used to strike Trent, okay? When I'm asking you a simple question, right? Is that 22 shell the one that we have, okay, that potentially has a fingerprint and DNA on that shell? Is that going to come back to you?
No.
You better be absolutely certain, because I'm telling you right now, what you're seeing is not necessarily true.
I can't explain it for you.
Why is that?
I did not shoot Trent, so yeah, so if my DNA would be on that said shelf, so I would say no.
At Drive Time, you can do a lot right on your phone, like get approved, then start shopping thousands of cars with real terms, all with no hit to your credit in as little as 30 seconds. But this is a 15-second ad. It sure is. Go to drivetime.com and do a lot in not a lot of time.
Imagine making premium cocktails at the touch of a button. Introducing Bartesian. Simply insert the capsule, select your strength, and enjoy.
Get our best Black Friday deal now, only at Bartesian.com/deal.
I think it's the best kept beauty secret in the planet right now.
If you're trying to get a better night's sleep, maximize your skincare routine, then you need one of these Blissy pillowcases.
Blissy's 100% mulberry silk pillowcases redefine what it means to age gracefully. Our long fiber contains proteins that naturally support skin and hair. By reducing friction, Blissy allows your hair follicles to heal and strengthen, thereby reducing breakage and frizz. Its antibacterial, moisture-wicking material keeps skin blemish-free and hydrated all night long.
As you get a little bit older, you are more prone to creases, and Blissy absolutely avoids any of that.
It kept my hair nice and soft and smooth. It's honestly a lifesaver right now.
So why settle for less? Upgrade your sleep with Blissy and see the benefits dermatologists and hairstylists can't stop talking about.
I hope you try it out. It's a great product.
Buy 3 Blissy pillowcases and get 1 free.
This holiday, treat yourself and your loved ones to something special. At Fabletics, enjoy 80% off every single thing when you sign up as a new VIP. Shop now and wrap up the season in style. Only at
Fabletics.com.
I tried a bunch of different probiotics before seed.
And they didn't help. It addressed my bloating and my irregularity.
It's really helping my daily bowel movements and keeping me pretty regular. I started feeling better and less bloated, felt flatter, lighter. I just keep going back to seed because it actually works.
Now I walk around smiling every day because I don't get bloated anymore.
Looking for a gift that kids will really love? Caden Lane's Color Me Pajamas are perfect for inspiring your little artists. Plus, save up to 25% off with our Black Friday sale going on now at cadenlane.com.
I was never able to find a bra that fit my small chest. Every bra gave me gaps or made me feel like I wasn't enough. It was something society taught us to be embarrassed about. Small-chested women deserve better. So I designed a bra that finally fits AA to B cups perfectly, and a brand that empowers women to celebrate their bodies exactly as they are. No more cup gaps or looking 2 sizes bigger. It's not your body that has to change, it's the industry. Meet Pepper. Find your perfect fit at wearpepper.com.
I like makeup that makes you look like yourself, but better. Miracle Balm is the center of my beauty philosophy. It gives you moisture, and it only takes a nanosecond to put it on. Learn more at jonesroadbeauty.com.
This is the first ever TV commercial for a beach towel, a SandCloud beach towel. Sand-free, extra large, and worth advertising because they're worth buying. Buy them at sandcloud.com.
LitterRobot has now solved the litter box problem for over 1 million pet parents around the world. Hi, I'm Brad Baxter, founder of Whisker and LitterRobot. You'll never scoop again, and your cat will always have a clean bed of litter. Join the Whisker family and try a LitterRobot today.
Why unpack like this when you can unpack like this? Welcome to the Carry-On Club, Solgaard signature luggage that keeps you organized anywhere. Learn how you can unpack in seconds at solgaard.co.
We went with the website nuts.com because nuts and dried fruit and pretzels and trail mix and gummies and espresso beans and energy squares and fudge and jelly beans and so much more.com was already taken. Get 20% off and free shipping on your first order at nuts.com.
I had 8 UTIs in 1 year. This inspired me and my partner Spencer to launch Eucora. Eucora makes effective urinary tract health products.
It truly works miracles. The peace of mind I've been looking for.
Go to eucora.com to learn more.
In northern Michigan, Trenton Mallory has been murdered, and his fiancée, Amber, is under suspicion.
I mean, there was no Amber sitting down talking to Trenton about their finances or anything. She just killed him.
One thing that was missing in the case was the murder weapon. We had a pretty good circumstantial case against her, but without that murder weapon, we didn't have the smoking gun, so to speak. And several months later, when the snow melted at her sister's house, her sister sees this .22 rifle buried in the snow. Did the right thing, called the police.
Detectives strike gold when they receive a call from Amy, Amber's sister, telling them she thinks the missing murder weapon is sticking out of a snowbank at her partner Mike's house. Quickly, detectives persuade Amy to allow them to record a conversation with Amber, asking her about the gun.
Is that what you talked to? I went up to Mike's house, and when I was leaving there, I noticed something in the snowbank, and when I dropped it, you caught it? No, I put it there yesterday. And I was going to stop at Mike's house today and talk to him. You put the gun in the yard? I just bought it because I wanted to take for home protection. What did you do with it? I didn't touch it. Oh, okay. Are you kidding me? I didn't know it. And it looks not like the gun that you have next to him. they said, oh, that there was a gun like that. Oh, I don't see it. I was straight up. If you could go like right now and get it because it just gotta get out of there. All right, I'll be there with you.
Amber makes up this ridiculous story about having bought a gun for protection after Trenton was killed, and she was just basically storing it in the snowbank at her sister's house.
When Amber was little, she was as stubborn as it came. I mean, she was headstrong. And Amber, even as a little girl, could never accept defeat. And if Amber failed at something, she took it so hard that she would find ways to cover it up.
I totally misunderstood what you said tonight. I was buying a gun from a person named Snow, and that's something he gave me at my house. Not that somebody stuck a gun in your snowbank. I just don't get this off. I don't either. I love you, but I mean, you didn't do this, did you? No, I didn't do it.
So the sister said, well, come out here and get rid of this thing. Come pick it up. And of course, the police were there waiting for her.
I'm recording. Amber does show up in her vehicle, which is recorded, and you can see that she gets out of her car and she's kind of looking around, and she's physically starts to use her hands to dig in the snowbank, looking for the rifle, but is unable to locate it. She's gone back to her car.
It was no longer there because the police had removed it. They confronted her about it, and of course, she did what sociopaths do. She lied and denied anything.
I talked to her right in the driveway and told her that, we had retrieved a gun from the snowbank, and that she had just talked to Amy about the gun. So you don't have any idea? Because it appears to maybe be the same gun that we're looking for.
That's what she told me.
This is the point right now. Amber, that your story started unraveling.
Okay.
You told enough things that are half-truths, untruths, and just flat-out lies at this point, that they're all coming back to bite you. You don't have any reasons. Murder wasn't inside you. Sister snowbank. You didn't. You didn't put that gun in that snowbank. We've now collected the murder weapon that killed your fiance out of your sister's driveway. Okay? And that, where do you think that is right now?
I have no idea.
That's at the lab being processed for a lot of different things. She denied knowing anything about the gun being in the snowbank. So no matter what you confronted her with, she just denied.
When a gun is recovered, before it comes to the lab for an analysis, it's sent to another lab. It's sent to like a serological lab where they swab the gun for DNA and fingerprints. Now keep in mind, this gun was in a wet environment, it was in snow. Your probability becomes lower to try to get any kind of physical evidence. Not impossible, you still can, but it's very difficult. I believe in this particular instance, they did remove some fingerprints off of it. They had her prints on file, and they compared them to Amber's prints, and they found out to be a match.
In a case like this, you want to have all that forensic evidence processed before you actually make arrests. So in this case, we chose not to, because we were still waiting. Now that we had the rifle, they could do the test firing of the rifle, and in that process, they're going to compare the